Welcome back, Administrator.
So, a lot of you have been commenting on my old videos on whether I'm making more content on My Hero Academia The Strongest Hero or not. And the truth is, I won't be because the game is already dead. Today we're diving deep into the rise and fall of My Hero Academia The Strongest Hero. Before we get into the details, let me introduce myself. I've been a day one player since late 2020. If you've been following my channel, you know I've made countless videos on this game basically since release. But sadly, I had to quit due to the lack of new content. Today I'm going to explain why this game fell apart and why many dedicated players, including myself, decided to move on. Before jumping into it, I would like to say that more than 96% of you that watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Please consider subscribing, it would mean so much to me, and thank you so much if you do. Upon release, the game was originally released on a CN version, and they showed so much promise and intriguing gameplay. Back then, the game was developed by Xin Yuan Studio, a small developer based in China, which was acquired by Bilibili in March 2022. After the acquisition, things started to change, unfortunately not for the better. The last significant content update was in August 2022 when they released Mirio. After that, it felt like the game was left to rot, with no meaningful updates or communication from the developers. I would like to also note that upon release on global, the game wasn't any better. I mean, the devs didn't really paint a roadmap on how they are going to be tackling the game, and they didn't add any significant content from the firstly acquiring the game, which led the player base being doubtful and hesitant to spend money at the time. I mean, the game would go months, no end, without releasing any new content, and the story mode hasn't been touched since release. One of the pivotal moments that signaled the beginning of the end was the infamous Endeavor Nerf. Endeavor was one of the strongest characters in the CN version of the game, and many players, including myself, spent considerable resources to acquire and level him up. We were sort of like hopeful that this character is going to be such a good addition to our accounts. When the developer nerfed him significantly without any notice, it triggered a wave of frustration across the community. Many players felt cheated and demanded refunds, and I'm talking by the thousands.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I don't know about you guys, but it really grinds my gears when my kids steal my mobile phone and make purchases in gacha video games. Disgusting behaviour. And no matter how many times I beat them, they still haven't learned, the bastards. So today, if you're a responsible parent like me and you're in this scenario where purchases have been made in gacha games, I'm going to teach you how to get a refund on both iOS and Android and some factors to be aware of as well. And mad love to my boy Kabuki as well for giving me a little bit of assistance with the processes here. So we'll have two links in the description below, one for iOS, one for Android, and the Android one I imagine is what the majority of people are using here. So yeah, very easy.
Oh no! What have they done to Endeavor, man? Global takes a massive L. If anyone that summons for Endeavor, bro, I feel sorry for you. Legitimately sorry for you. Cause right now, this man is just bad. He's just a bad unit. And the main reason why is they nerfed his healing. And if you didn't know, when Endeavor goes to his overheat state, he takes so much damage. And they need it. You need his healing to re-up yourself. Or like there is no re-upping yourself now. Like you're gonna just die. You're gonna be doing insane damage and you're just gonna be a glass cannon that can't heal himself and you're gonna die. So it seems the biggest Endeavor change from the Taiwan version to global is his passive healing, which dropped from an additional 2% plus 20%.
I remember My Hero Academia The Strongest Hero going down to 1.5 on the Google Store reviews, and the game company had to contact Google Store and Apple Store to stop people from refunding and commenting. But most importantly, this backlash hurt the game both financially and reputationally, leading to a sharp decline in player trust. But that wasn't the only issue. The game gacha system was notoriously predatory, with low drop rates and high costs that pressured players to spend large sums of money to stay competitive. Many of us felt that the game was more about emptying our wallets than offering a fun and rewarding experience, especially as I mentioned, the game can go months without any new content or new characters, Over time, this relentless monetization drove away many players who couldn't keep up with the spending demands. Another contributor to the demise of My Hero Academia The Strongest Hero was a glitch that got exploited that enabled players to get an endless amount of premium currency that thousands of players used to summon and upgrade their characters, which really hurt the game financially and led to a massive wave of alienation. People that spend ridiculous amount of money on the game are now on the same level as people that didn't spend anything but took advantage of the glitch to acquire the premium currency, which led to a huge amount of bans and even more players leaving the game for good.
The end, and yeah, it's like some people just claim that coin, and then after that they close the game entirely, and then they open it again and you can actually claim that coin over and over again, and they kind of went into a loop and they did it over and over for over 5 hours, and sort of like some people just like got All Might like to triple S just like by doing this. Now the dev teams never like responded for these kind of glitches and so on. Fingers crossed that they don't start banning people or revoking hero coins just for the people that abuse this hero coins, but I assume that they're going to be showing, or they're going to be releasing some sort of response concerning this, because it's crazy. But I don't think they're going to be banning anyone. Just like a personal perspective, don't quote me on this, because if like thousands, if not like hundreds, just like abuse this sort of glitch, maybe that they claimed it for like got like 2k kind of hero coins by closing the game like maybe 20 times.
As if things couldn't get worse, rumors started to spread that Xin Yuan Studio had been shut down by Bilibili, leaving the game effectively abandoned. This wasn't speculation. If you look up the studio on Google, you'll find that other games that suffered the same fate. It turns out that the developers had indeed closed their doors, leaving My Hero Academia The Strongest Hero to wither away. This also meant that any hope for new content disappearing with it. And if you go to their Twitter account or X account, you're not going to be finding any updates on the game, as we see that the latest update was months ago with Dabby release or something, and they just like disappeared without any notice. So where do we go from here? If you're looking for a new gacha game with a similar style, I recommend you keeping an eye on One Punch Man World. The developers behind it have a strong track record with a game like Neverwinter and Star Trek Online, so it's less likely they'll suffer the same fate. The game I'm really waiting for would be One Piece Fighting Path, a great game with so much potential and infinite amount of rich content. There you have it, the tragic downfall of a game that had so much potential but was ultimately undone by poor decisions, greedy monetization, and the abandonment by its developers. What were your experiences with the game if you played it from release or you just started now? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really curious. And as I said, 96% of you that are watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Please join the nation. It would mean so much, and it would help the channel a lot, and it will keep me doing what I like best, which is making these videos for you guys. And hit that notification bell for more in-depth looks into the gaming world. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.